Hi, I'm Mike Bertolami from Monument Mortgage, and this is Mike's Mortgage Minute. Happy New Year, everybody. You know, this month there's a lot of talk about taxes, and I had the opportunity to sit down with Monique Griffin of Greenstone Management to get her opinion and expertise on the tax reform and how it applies to mortgages in the real estate market. I'm here with Monique Griffin from Greenstone Management to talk taxes. So Monique, how you doing today?
I'm great. How are you?
Feeling good?
I am. Yeah,
Great.
I'm
All
happy
right.
to be on Mike's Mortgage Minute.
Oh, good. Well, thank you. You're my first guest.
Wonderful.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
So I'm a CPA with about 20 years of experience based out of Amesbury, Mass. And I specialize in the real estate industry.
Oh, great. So let's talk taxes. So the new tax reform came out in December of last year.
Yeah.
And I was wondering if you could maybe help us, with, specifically to real estate and mortgages, some of the key points.
Absolutely. You are correct. Everyone's talking about it. There's a lot on the table, and a lot of it is really effective now for 2018. So it's a great time to be talking about it. I think there are three main points related to the real estate and mortgage industry that we can talk about this morning.
Great. Let's dive right in. So we'll go with the first one.
So the first one, the interest write-off on mortgages is still a valid deduction.
Great.
So that's a great thing. That's not going away. The limit of the overall limit did decrease a little bit from $1 million down to $750,000, but other than that, it's still in effect and it's still a advantageous tax deduction.
Well, that's great news. The average loan size around this area doesn't even reach that limit, so I don't think we're going to have an issue there.
Right.
So what other takeaways?
Mortgage interest on second homes or vacation homes, the interest on that is still a valid write-off as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there was a lot of talk about basically it going, back and forth. Was it going to be? Was it not going to be?
Right.
So it is. It's just subject to that same overall $750,000 deduction.
Great. That's good news too. And I've been hearing a lot of stuff about home equity lines of credit. You can write it off, you can't write it off, you should consolidate it, that sort of thing. Tell me what's going on with that.
Yeah, so for the home equity line of credit, that interest, deduction is really going away under these new tax laws. However, if you are using the equity line of credit to buy, improve, or anything related to your home, it is still a valid deduction. It just can no longer be used, for tuition or investing in something else.
Well, that's good. So that's not going to impact people buying homes. They can still get that write-off. And would you suggest maybe tracking kind of what you're using the equity line for?
Yeah, absolutely. I think a lot of it's going to come into play too with the folks, working directly with their mortgage provider in relation to what the terms of the equity line of credit is. If it's something that's an existing equity line of credit that's not related to the home, there is the option of looking into, and this would be kind of your wheelhouse, of the consolidation of potentially the, your existing home loan as well as the equity line of credit, and then maybe by having them, combined, then you'd still be able to.
So you could still get the write-off if you consolidated your first loan and your home equity line of credit. So that's something to think about if you have an equity line of credit. Again, you got to look at the numbers and see if it makes sense for you, but that would definitely be an advantage because then you could write off all that interest under one loan. Sounds like. So, all right, great. So, Monique, is there anything else you want to add? Anything in summary you want to say?
Yeah, I think in summary, based on our discussion today, I think it's really important that, potential clients are sitting down with their mortgage broker and figuring out, does it make sense, to consolidate, looking at not only the tax impacts, but also, the monthly impacts to their pocket.
Yeah. And I also I would think too, with all these changes, I think it's going to be different for every person.
Absolutely.
So I do think that, if you have questions on the new taxes and how they're going to impact you specifically, I think you need to talk to an expert like Monique and see how it's going to impact you specifically in your situation. I think a lot of this, I don't see anything negative here with the tax plan. You still get the interest write-off. There are some awesome outlooks for 2018. The loan limit's increasing, and there's some positive outlooks on inventory and demand. So I think it's going to be a great year for the purchase market. And I also think people buy houses because of their life situation. They're having kids, they get divorced, they're getting married. You know, you buy a house for life reasons, not to gain a tax benefit. You know, for the most part. You know, so Monique, I just want to thank you for taking the time. I know you're really busy. It is tax time. Again, if anyone has tax questions, please reach out to Monique Griffin. She's excellent. And I just want to thank you for being my very first guest on Mike's Mortgage Minute.
Awesome.
And
Thank
you know, hopefully you'll come back.
Yes.
We should come back and wrap it up and see how a year from now and see how it
Absolutely, and we'll
out.
see how these tax reforms are actually playing out in the real world.
Great. Well, thank you very much. Have a great day.
All right, you too.
And I'm Mike Bertolami from Monument Mortgage, and this is Mike's Mortgage Minute.